The article I chose for my second article critique was found in the Early Childhood Education Journal, entitled Using Music to Support the Literacy Development of Young English Language Learners. I think it's very evident in our schools today that we are encountering students that don't speak um, hardly any English at all. I know that in my school I have many more Hispanic students and even Asian students, and especially at the kindergarten levels, they cannot communicate, especially in my class, they cannot communicate at all. The only ways that they can communicate are with hand signs or pointing at different objects or having students help them, other students help them. This article was not presented as a formal research study. However, it did provide techniques and activities that you could use in the classroom to help a student improve their fluency in reading and writing. It started off with a little anecdote that I want to start off with here. Um, it's about how students and children hear sounds and music differently than adults do. It goes like this. While waiting for the bus, a 5-year-old kindergarten student was caught in the rain hopping under the rainspout with his blue and yellow umbrella. When asked by his mother, "What are you doing?" the child calmly responded, "I'm listening to the music." I think this is a great example of how students, our students especially, hear sounds that we might not pick up on. However, we need to be aware that the sounds that they're hearing might not be exactly what we're hearing. Um, Howard Gardner, who developed the theory of multiple intelligences, he stated that the musical intelligence is the first intelligence to emerge in young learners. So we need to be acute to how students are humming or singing a tune, and that they're naturally inclined to do so. And we need to pick up on that so that we can help build their literacy from that point. They're hearing sounds, the beginning of words and the beginning of letters, and we need to make sure that we're enhancing that by using songs and activities to promote that literacy. The authors of this article gave some fantastic activities to use in the classroom. Things such as songs for teaching language skills, um, teaching new songs, activities to teach new songs, developing a reading fluency through children's song-based literature, and even creating musical instruments. I'm going to start off with songs for teaching language skills. I think that it's really important that students are developing the way they say letters and words effectively so that they can develop speech sounds that are characteristic with how they should be. For example, Mary Had a Little Lamb is a great song to use to develop the L sound, and Row, Row, Row Your Boat is a great song to use to practice the R sound. We can even use the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to show how words that may rhyme do not look the same, but they can sound similar. So words such as R and star and high and sky are really that those kinds of songs are very useful to develop the language skills that students need at a very early age. Um, the authors of this article gave a website that I'm going to list on the Blackboard discussion post that can be used for teaching language skills. They gave some songs like compound words, hands up for letter sounds, popcorn words, the pronoun song, the vowel rap. I think kids really would relate to the way, even the genres that we're talking about here, the vowel rap. I think that they would really catch on to that, especially nowadays. Um, and then talking about teaching new songs, I know a lot of us, when we're teaching new songs, um, you know, I like to teach songs in chunks and small phrases and then put the phrases together. And that's one of the suggestions that these authors gave. They started off with saying that maybe we should play the song in the background for several days so that the students get comfortable with the melodic structure of the piece. And then when we introduce the song to them, they can understand how that's supposed to work. Then we teach the children the chorus of the song first, while the teacher is singing the verses. Um, this gets students a solid anchoring point to sing this song with. We can sing with a recording so that the students that are not quite as comfortable can still listen to the song, and then when they become more comfortable, they can start to develop their ability to sing that song with everybody else. This is really important with students that are English language learners. They might not be able to speak our language, but if we do it over a repetitious amount of times, they're able to pick up on, okay, we're doing this again and we're repeating this again, so maybe I can participate, maybe I can say these words. Imagine if we were to try and have one of those English language learners come up to the front of the class and sing one of their native songs, a Hispanic song to us, maybe like head, shoulders, knees, and toes. The article gives a great example of that and how Um, in one of the studies that they were looking at, a graduate student came up and taught that song, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, cabeza, hombros, piernas, and pies, um, to a graduate class, and that the students they learned quickly, um, because they said that when you put music to anything, it's easy. It's just the rhythm of the words, and putting that to a melody is very easy when you put it all together. So that's the same kind of thing. If we're talking about a class of English students, students that speak strictly English, and we have a student that's trying to teach them, a Hispanic student that's trying to teach them one of their native songs. If it's to a melody and it's got a good rhythm and it's a simple children's song, it might be something that is beneficial for the students that don't speak any languages other than English. uh, teaching new songs, even creating a poster paper that shows it's like a roadmap for the song. That's really beneficial for students so they can know what's coming next and where they came from in the song. And then teaching the phrases one at a time, small chunks, and then putting it back together. And then teaching the actions, if the song has actions or movements, teaching those first so that the students can learn those actions and learn those movements before they get into the actual words of the song. Um, then the authors of this article go on to provide some techniques that can be used to develop reading fluency. Uh, Paired or partner reading, echo reading, choral reading are some of the strategies they suggest. Paired or partner reading is when one partner that is much more fluent than the other reads first, and then that partner repeats the text. Then the roles are reversed so that each student has the chance to be the leader. Echo reading is when one person reads one sentence with the appropriate intonation and phrasing, and then the partner imitates exactly how that person read the text. They can also switch, and then that allows the child to be the leader and to learn to say it with the correct intonation and say it with the correct phrasing. Um, this next one, choral reading, it can be best supported with ELL students by making sure that the reading material is age appropriate and that the reading level is slightly higher than their ability to read. Sorry, I think my video went out.